Good day, everyone. Welcome back for another video. You are listening and you are watching Science with Teacher Riva. We are back again with a new set of science concepts, all written and said in English words. Are you ready? Please ready yourselves and be enthusiastic enough to learn the topics for this day. Before anything else, I would like to remind you of the things that you should prepare for this video. Please get your notebook and also please get your pen and copy important information as we go along the way. Again, please get your notebook and ready your pen and copy important information as we go along the video. Would that be okay? Okay, very good. Let's begin. And let's begin with reviewing the topic that we had last meeting or in the last video. On the last video, we studied about the place we are living in at the moment. What planet are we living in? Okay, very good. We are living in the planet Earth. This is again the figure or the illustration or the representation of how an Earth looks like. As I have said, the Earth is the third planet from the Sun. The Earth is the third planet from the Sun. It is the only planet with oxygen, oceans of water on the surface, and of course, the only planet that has living things or where life exists. The Earth is not entirely circle in shape as others may say, but instead, according to researchers, it is shaped like an oblate spheroid. It is shaped not entirely a circle, but instead an oblate spheroid. Since it is approximately 8,000 miles in diameter. See how big is the planet that we're living in? Imagine it's around 8,000 miles in diameter. If we base it on this figure, it's estimated to be here up to here. And remember, a circle is 360 degrees, so it rotates, thus it's very big. Alright, so again, this is the Earth. Why is life possible on Earth? Why we can live on Earth? Why can animals survive here on Earth? I will show you again the different reasons why it is possible for life to exist here on Earth. First, our location is far from many hazards. Again, our location is far from many hazards, or far from many accidents, unlike other planets. If you look at this figure, this is where we are, while the other planets, as they may say, is near from accidents or hazards. That's reason number 1. Reason number 2 why life is possible here on Earth is that our sun is a long-lasting star. Again, our sun is a stable and long-lasting star. It does not have an end. That is why life again is possible here on Earth. Third reason why is life possible here on Earth? Because we are just at the right distance from the sun. We're at just the right distance from the sun, which means we are not too close from the sun nor too far from the sun. It's just at the right distance. The heat of the sun can be evenly distributed on Earth. Fourth reason. We have the right stuff to host a dynamic core. We have the right stuff to host a dynamic core. This is the figure. Okay, fifth reason. Life is possible here on Earth because we have a big moon to stabilize our axial wobble. We have a big moon to stabilize our axial wobble. That's the fifth reason. Sixth reason why is life possible here on Earth? This is probably the common reason why life is possible on Earth, aside from we are free from hazards. This is because we have an ozone layer. Again, take note of the word ozone layer to block harmful rays. We are not easily harmed by superficial debris, harmed by harmful rays. That's because we are coated with ozone layer. The ozone layer protects us from being harmed by those harmful rays. If this is the surface of the Earth, covering the surface is the ozone layer. That is why we have to take care of our ozone layer so that we are going to continue living the life that we have right now. Okay? Those are the 6 reasons why life is possible here on Earth. We've also mentioned about the main layers of the Earth. What composes our Earth? Our Earth has divisions. The outermost layer is called the crust. Next is the mantle, followed by the outer core, and finally the inner core. Okay? Crust, mantle, outer core, inner core. Now, can you read the divisions or the layers of the Earth by yourself? Follow the arrow, please. Okay, those are the different layers of the Earth, and each one of them has specific characteristics. But for more information, you can view videos on YouTube so that you will be more clarified. For since today, we are going to dwell on the different layers of the Earth's atmosphere. Aside from having the crust, mantle, outer and inner core, we also have layers of the Earth's atmosphere. What is found on the Earth's atmosphere? First, we have the so-called troposphere. Again, it is read as troposphere. Can you read it with me? Troposphere. This time, repeat after me. Troposphere. Alright. The troposphere, as you can see, can you look at the arrow on your screen? This is the troposphere. The troposphere is the lowest layer of the Earth's atmosphere. When we base going up, okay? If this is the surface of the Earth, directly above it is the troposphere. It is where most type of clouds are found. We can see cirrus clouds here. We can see cumulus clouds, stratus clouds, nimbus clouds. The common type of clouds are found in this layer. And it is also known that the troposphere is the wettest layer of the atmosphere. Wettest, meaning not dry. It's the most wet layer of the atmosphere. Okay? What do you call this layer of the atmosphere? It's the troposphere. Okay, very good. Now, let's move on to the second layer of the atmosphere going up. Directly above the surface of the atmosphere, of the Earth rather, we have the troposphere. Above the troposphere, we have the next layer, which we call stratosphere. Again, stratosphere. Can you say the word? Okay, very good. The stratosphere is the second layer of the atmosphere going up. Again, the stratosphere is the second layer of the atmosphere going upwards. If you look at the figure above, the stratosphere is really the second layer of the atmosphere if we go upwards. It begins with the troposphere and then followed by the stratosphere. The stratosphere is where we can find ozone, minerals. Ozone can be abundantly found in this layer. The third, this layer is dry, not like the troposphere, and few clouds appear here, unlike again the troposphere. A lot more clouds appear in troposphere because they are near the surface of the Earth, unlike stratosphere. Stratosphere is dry, while troposphere is wet. In fact, the most wet layer of the atmosphere. Now, after the stratosphere, we have the layer called mesosphere. Again, repeat after me, everybody. Mesosphere. Okay, the mesosphere is the layer above the stratosphere and below the thermosphere. So it's in the middle of stratosphere and thermosphere. It is much drier than the troposphere we live in. Basically, when we try to go up, the more it becomes dry there. But the more we come down, the more it gets wet. Okay? Mesosphere is a layer where we can also see sometimes odd electrical charge like lightning, but in here we called it sprite or else. Again, in the mesosphere, we can see lightning-like charges, which we call sprite or else. This is the mesosphere. It's the layer above stratosphere and below thermosphere. Let's move on to the next one. Above the mesosphere is the thermosphere. Okay, again, thermosphere. Can you say it by yourself? Alright, very good. The thermosphere is the layer above the mesosphere, but below the exosphere. This is, can you follow the arrow on the screen? This is the mesosphere. This is the exosphere. So in the middle, we have the thermosphere. Okay? In the thermosphere, air density is low. That is why sometimes they think that it is part of the outer space because of its density. Because of its density that is very low. In fact, space shuttle tend to orbit Earth within this layer. Again, they think that thermosphere is already a part of the outer space where in fact it's not. Okay? Just remember that the air density in this layer is low. Okay. most especially, it is in the thermosphere layer where we can see the aurora borealis. Aurora borealis is the northern and southern light. Electrical charges meet each other, and then in turn create a spark which becomes a light. You can search on YouTube Aurora Borealis. It's very beautiful to look at. Aurora Borealis happen here in the thermosphere. Lastly, we have the outermost layer of the atmosphere, which we call the exosphere. Again, this is the exosphere. Over here, it's the outermost layer of the atmosphere from the troposphere. So it's the fifth layer of the Earth's atmosphere. If the other layers of the atmosphere have air that is thicker, in this layer, air is extremely thin, very, very thin. It's like you're already in the outer space. And it separates the rest of the atmosphere from the outer space. Meaning you need to go far before you go to the outer space, because you are very far even though you are still in the exosphere. Right? Okay. So again, there are 5 different layers of the atmosphere. First, we have the troposphere, followed by the stratosphere. Next, we have the mesosphere, thermosphere, and finally, the exosphere. In the figure, you can see what, how do you say it? What can land or what can you see in this different sphere? You can see in the troposphere, you can see the clouds and the airplane, jet planes in stratosphere. It's in the troposphere, above the troposphere, we can see the ozone layer and then the fire. And in the thermosphere is the space shuttle and the aurora borealis until you get to go to the outer space. This one, the green one, this is the aurora. It's the northern and southern light. It's very beautiful. You try to look at in YouTube. Okay? Now, let's try to move further. What can you see on the pictures? Look at picture 1, picture 2, 3, and 4. Are these pictures good? Yes or no? Are these pictures good? Is burning rainforest, is it good to look at? The floods? The polar bears? No one to get home? And dry land? Is it good to look at? No, it's definitely not good to look at. So, let us try to learn what are few of the simple ways to save Mother Earth. Because if we do not save Mother Earth, we will not protect Mother Earth. All of the human beings, including animals, will suffer. So let's try to know simple ways to save Mother Earth. I know you can do this one even in your own little ways. Okay, let's have the first one. Okay, what can you see on the picture? You can see tree and faucet, droplets of water. This picture says conserve water. Again, conserve water. I want you to say it by yourself. Okay, again, conserve water. Your turn. Okay, conserve water means to save water. Do not use a lot of water if you do not really need it. When you brush your teeth, you put it in a cup. Do not let the water drop as many as you could. Conserve water because that can help save our earth. Okay? Number 2. The picture says reduce, reuse, recycle. Reduce, reuse, recycle. Reduce means to stop or minimize using of things. Reuse is to use again what you have used before. Recycle, if example, you used a bottle and there's no water in the bottle already, you can make something out of the bottle. That is recycle. Reduce, reuse, and recycle. That can also help save Mother Earth. Next, plant more trees. Plant more trees. Trees help make our earth stronger. If we have a lot of trees, floods might be minimized or floods won't happen anymore. Okay, again, can you say plant more trees? Okay, very good. Next, this one. Avoid using products that are made of plastics. I know a lot of business establishment keeps on using plastic bottles. One thing you can do is whenever you go to a market or a mall, you bring your own container so that the establishment would not anymore give you plastics. Therefore, you saved Mother Earth again. Okay? It's say no to plastic. Say yes to bring your own container. That would also help save Mother Earth. Okay? Alright, very good. Lastly, this one. You can do this one. I know you can do really this one. Walk, bike, or ride a public transportation. Again, I'll repeat. Walk, bike, or ride a public transportation. Why you need to do this one? Because as we all know, a lot of cars are already existing and those cars are producing a lot of smoke, and smoke can destroy our ozone layer. It's not good for the ozone layer. So maybe sometimes let's save the earth by just walking, especially if you would just go somewhere near, or you can have bike, you ride a bike, you ride a bicycle, or just to minimize the pollution, air pollution, you can ride a public transportation just to minimize the number of gases produced every day. Okay? Again, let us walk, bike, or ride a public transportation. In that way, you can help save Mother Earth. We will not anymore experience rainforest floods. Animals won't suffer at their homes. We will also not suffer. Okay? That's it for today. I hope you have learned something from today's lesson. Again, we've tackled the layers of the Earth's atmosphere and, of course, how to save Mother Earth. Thank you all for listening and for watching. I really hope you have learned something from today's video. I hope to see you next time here in Science with Teacher Riva. Goodbye, everyone, and keep safe always. Thank you.